probably see, there's a difference in quality, and also I have a new background. So if you guys like that, let me know by giving it a thumbs up. If you guys have any like suggestions, just leave it down below and I'll get back to it, or I'll change something that you guys don't like. I'm actually wearing my really cute, not onesie, but pajama set because I'm doing story time today, and usually this is going to be like kind of a series where whenever I do story time, I'm going to wear something comfortable and have something to eat. So if you guys want to join me, you guys can grab something to eat too. I apologize if I'm not staring right into the lens and I'm actually just staring somewhere else because I'm not used to it. So bear with me as I progress from that. And I'm going to be looking at my phone a lot because I want to cover all the bases of the story. So I'm gonna get started. So as you may know, I am in college and this is my second year. I am in business, that's my major, and one of my classes is business management. And the first day of this class, there's this girl in front of me. She sits in front of me, and my first impression of her was, wow, she's so smart, because she is always participating and she's just like, I don't know, like you could just probably tell from the first day of her attitude. But did that take a toll? Because that was completely the opposite. Like we had this group project and it involved the girl that was sitting in front of me. I'm just gonna call her O. And boy is she a psycho, let me tell you. So we got assigned into groups, and before we were assigned into groups, it was, you could kind of tell like the way her personality is already, and it was just a little bit off. So I knew that if I was in her group, I knew like the project wouldn't get completed because like just the way she is, you can kind of just tell. So of course I get assigned into her group. We're exchanging phone numbers and information. The first day of the group project, like she already gets into a argument with our other group member, which is just crazy because we're in college and I never really see anyone get into like arguments, especially over like little dumb things. So that was just definitely different for me. And at that point I already knew that there's gonna be problems with her, so I just knew it was gonna come. So basically they were, C and O, the other girl, they were arguing because O thought that C was looking into her book. Meanwhile, we find out that C is actually legally blind, so there's no way she could even like, yeah, there's no way that she could even look into her book or like read what's going on. But I don't know, like maybe O was in a really bad mood, like I don't really know, but I'm just gonna assume that. But it was just so embarrassing that all, like the professor was staring at us and like every other group was looking at us, and it was just the first day and already there was drama. Unnecessary drama too. So that was the first week. As we progressed into class, she is just very lost with everything that we're doing. I don't know, like every single week we would have to basically explain to her again what we're doing for our project, and we would have to assign her like the different parts of the project, because this project is actually 15 pages long, so obviously each member is going to have different parts. This way we could combine it together and present it as a whole. So every single week, like mind you, the first week we already exchanged phone numbers and everything. So every single week when she comes to class, she would literally ask us, what's our phone number, what's our name, and just like that, like I don't know, little things. But it's just so weird because we already told her the first week, and then the second week we would tell her again, and the third, and then the fourth. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on. Every single page in her notebook would be our phone number, so it'd be like Pauline, da 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 da. Like it would just be like names after phone numbers for every single page. Also, like she doesn't know how to use technology, like she doesn't know how to use emails, which is really weird because even though you are foreign, like you're from a different country, I believe that every single person knows how to use like their phone, or since we're so advanced, so I would think like the 21st century, like everybody knows what's going on and stuff, but she doesn't. Like she asks me all the time like how to take pictures. So she's only 23 years old, so that's even like more weird because she's so young and she doesn't know. So everybody basically doesn't really copy down the notes anymore because the professor goes really fast, and that's how it's supposed to be, so she could cover all the topics. And one time, oh, she's like, I also think she might be a little bipolar because some days she'd be good, but some days, or most of the days, she'd be really like moody and just rude. So that day, and the professor always does this, so it's not like the first day she does that and was complaining. Like, she's been doing this for a while. So the professor moves on to the slide quickly, like she always does, and she complains. Like, she got so mad, she paused, like she stopped the teacher, and she goes, like, why are you moving into the presentation so fast? I can't keep up. And then like the professor was like, oh, it's okay, like I'll move back to slide if you want. She gets so mad, she starts throwing her books around as if she was in what, elementary school or something. Like, no one throws these crazy fits anymore. So I don't know, like at this point it's just so embarrassing, like to even kind of be in her group and associated with her because of the way she's acting. Like, I really don't know. But the story only gets crazier, actually. Also forgets like the classroom number. Like, we've been in the same classroom for like 3 months already and we've never changed the classroom. So she comes in one day like so late and she like pauses like the whole class because she interrupts us, and she goes like, oh, I'm sorry I'm late, I forgot the room number. And then she starts giggling, and it was just very, very weird. Let me just move on to like the bigger story. Okay, so 2 weeks before we had to present, we talked about what we all have and things like that. So we have to combine everything and what things need to be worked on and things like that. So obviously we know that she's not going to be able to complete all the parts that she's supposed to. So we actually take some of the responsibility from her to add it to our parts, which is not really fair. But if you're in a group project, usually some things like that is going to happen. Like, as a student who wants to get an A in that class, like obviously I care about the project and, you know, just I care about my grade. So I'm obviously going to like be a little bit concerned that she did not start her part yet. And then she gets so mad, like so mad. She starts yelling at us, her face turns so red and purple, like she's really, really mad. I don't know why. And I'm just sitting there like laughing because you're getting worked up about something that I should be worked up about because you're the one who's not doing the part, if that makes sense. So she's so mad. She's yelling at us thinking that we're actually giving her more work than we have, which is not true at all. If anything, we're actually taking a lot on our ends. I don't know why she's just confused that she's doing more work than we are. I don't even know. Like, I really don't know. But in reality, we're actually doing more work. She's not listening, whatever. She gets up, she's like, I don't care, I'm just gonna do whatever I want, F you guys. And I'm just like, whoa, like, you did not just curse at me. This, like, I can't believe it, because over something so little, and she's wrong about it, and she's cursing me out, or the whole team out, unnecessary. Okay, so the week of the presentation, or the day of the presentation, she comes in, gives us shit work, okay, it's crap, and to fix everything last minute. And at this point, we're basically, she's not really part of the group project anymore. We kind of not really kicked her out, but she kicked herself out. So whatever, that's that. If she wants to do it, if she wants to participate, that's up to her. If not, we could definitely take on the role and do everything. Yeah, so this guy, this guy in my group, he goes, because he's wearing glasses, so he goes, our classroom is right next to the boys' bathroom, so I think you guys can already know what's gonna happen. So he takes off his glasses. He's like, wait, Pauline, did I just see O going to the boys' bathroom? And I'm like sitting there laughing so hard because I just can't imagine her walking to the bathroom. Like, I just didn't believe it was true because, I don't know, I've never seen anybody do that, I guess. So I'm staring into the boys' bathroom just to see if it's actually her, and I'm like looking, and all you see is her staring at herself into the mirror and in the bathroom. So I'm just like, oh my god, does she not know that's the guy's bathroom? Or like, does she know but she doesn't really care? Which is it? I feel like, I don't know, she's just so oblivious to everything. It's just completely lost in life. Like, thank God there was no guys in the bathroom because that would have been a big deal. So she got lucky with that. Yeah. What else? Yeah, so during the presentation, we're presenting, and she's just standing there the whole time doing nothing. So I tell her, like, you know, instead of you just standing there looking like a tree, you might as well participate so you could at least get the credits. So I'm like whispering to her ear while the other guy's presenting. So I'm like, hey, you should just read the things or read the points off the presentation. You don't need to explain it, just read it off. She stops and then she said, excuse me class, I'm sorry, I did not do this presentation. And she just walks off, leaving her bag on the table. And I'm just like, what the heck? Like, all you could have done is just read off the presentation or read off the slide and you would have been a-okay. Like, I would have let her get the, not actually, I wouldn't let her get the credit because that is so unfair to us. But she would have gotten minimal credit and that's better than nothing. But she decides to storm off, so I'm just like, oh, okay, whatever. 2 hours later, after all the presentation is done, we're ready to leave the class. She comes in and her bag's missing, so she goes, where is my bag? So rudely, talking to me as if I stole it or something. And I'm like, I really don't know, I did not look at it, I wasn't like monitoring your bag the whole time for you. So she goes, she's searching all around the class and she's like, if I find out who took it, I'm gonna do something to you. And I'm like, I actually really do believe she's gonna do something to me, so I'm kind of afraid of her actually, because I don't know what she's capable of. And I was talking to the professor about her actually, and with my other group members, and they're very concerned with her mindset. They're afraid that she might be suicidal, and I mean, things could happen. Like, I really don't know what's going on with her life, but by the way she's acting, it might be some, I don't know, personal issues, or it might just also be some medical issues. I really don't know. We follow her to the professor's office because we had to hand in something to the professor. And she was knocking on the door like really, really harshly and loudly, and she goes, Professor, I know you're in there, you better come out. Like, I don't know, like this just all sounds so bizarre and so strange to me, because like, who does that? Who bangs on the door, like causing a scene? Like, who just does that? And yeah, like, we were telling her, convincing her that the professor was not in there, so just don't knock on the door anymore because she's not in there. Yeah, and that was basically the story. There's like little things, but I'm not gonna include that. But that's just the main thing. But she's just crazy. Like, she's crazy. I'm like really afraid of her. Oh, okay, so the last day of school, the class, I was talking to the professor and we were all just discussing about her, and it turns out that all the business professors that have had her, they feel very threatened, so they actually decided to kick her out of the school, which is very unfortunate. But I mean, I don't know, I really don't know what the situation is, so I'm not gonna add any like of my thoughts to it, but that's just what I've experienced, and this is what I'm just telling you guys about my story. Yeah, so it also does turn out that the professor was actually inside the room, but she was just really, really afraid of her, so she didn't want to open the door out. Yeah, that was it. There's many more stories to come, because a lot of really weird things happened to me. So if you guys are interested in that, or if you like this video or story, give it a thumbs up so I know to provide with more. And I will see you guys next time. Bye. My set. No, cut. Oh my god. Keep on. I don't know what I'm doing.